Today on MTG Unpacked, we're taking a look at another 2021 Challenger deck. This is Mono Green Stompy. And let's see what we've got here. Who's the beatdown? You are. Stomp all over your opponent with a barrage of beefy creatures ready to fight anyone or anything that gets in your way. So we get a 60 card deck, 15 card sideboard, 6 double face helper cards, 5 double side tokens and deck box. Let's get into this. And I like this here, the little sayings, become the beast. So this was released on April 2nd, 2021. They go for about 25 to 30 bucks US. You do get a nice deck box here and actually holds the entire deck and sideboard fully sleeved. So that's pretty helpful. All right, we do get a nice divider here. I forget the name of that guy. Is that Gem Razor? I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. And we've got a sideboard. We'll take a look at that nearer to the end of the video. And here is the deck proper. So let's get into it. So if you like those beefy green creatures doing tons of damage, this is the deck for you. Let's get to the lands, get those out of the way so we can focus on the deck proper, and then we'll take a look at the mana base closer to the end of the video. So starting off here, we have Turn Timber Symbiosis. It's a mythic sorcery for 7. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. If that card has converted mana cost 3 or less, it enters with 3 additional +1/+1 counters on it. Craziness. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And if the sorcery is not what you need at that point, you do get a land here. So you could play it as a land. As it enters battlefield, you may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters battlefield, tap it for green. So that's Turn Timber Serpentine Wood. So a little bit of deck or mana thinning, I should say there. We've got 2 of those. Okay, and another one here to thin out the mana base. Kazandu Mammoth. Creature Elephant. 3/3 for 3 with landfall. Whenever a land enters battlefield under your control, Kazandu Mammoth gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Nice. So a lot of the time he's going to be a 5/5. That's pretty cool. Kazandu Valley. So you could use it as a land, enters battlefield, tap it for green. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, and 3 of those. And my man, Garruk. Garruk Unleashed. It's another mythic. Legendary Planeswalker Garruk. 4 loyalty for 4. So his +1 up to 1 target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. His -2, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Then if an opponent controls more creatures than you, put a loyalty counter on Garruk Unleashed. So that can even things out a bit. -7, you get an emblem with at the beginning of your end step. You may search your library for a creature card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Insanity. And we just get 1 Garruk, okay. Stone Coil Serpent, this one's pretty cool. Artifact Creature Snake, 0/0 for X. Reach Trample Protection from multicolored. Stone Coil Serpent enters battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. I think this is the one in the Tybolt's Trickery deck. If you miss that deck tech, I'll chuck a link in the corner. Basically casting it for 0 and then countering it. But that is not what we are doing here, people. We want to beef this guy up. So as much mana as you can spend on it, make it really huge. So 2 of those. Swarm Shambler. Creature Fungus Beast. 0/0 for a single green. Enters battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. And whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell an opponent controls, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. For 1 tap, put a +1/+1 counter on Swarm Shambler. So spending your mana to pump this Fungus Beast up. So we've got 2, 3 of those. Scavenging Ooze. Creature Ooze, 2/2 for 2 for a green. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, put a +1/+1 counter on Scavenging Ooze and you gain 1 life. Alright. And if you like oozes and slimes and things, you might want to check out my Prime Slime Secret Lair video. I'll chuck a link in the corner. Some crazy artwork on that one. So we've got just the 2 oozes, okay. Wildborn Preserver, creature elf archer 2/2 for 2 with flash and reach. Whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on Wildborn Preserver. Okay, so 2 of those. Yorvo, Lord of Garenbrig. And one thing I'm noticing, there are a bunch of Eldraine cards here, so those will rotate out of standard in another 6 months or so from the time of filming. So yeah, a limited lifespan in the standard format. So Yorvo is a legendary creature, giant noble 0/0 for 3, enters battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever another green creature enters battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Yorvo. Then if that creature's power is greater than Yorvo's power, put another +1/+1 counter on Yorvo, and he just keeps getting bigger. Lovestruck Beast. So this is one of those cards with 2 parts. You've got Heart's Desire for a green sorcery adventure. Create a 1/1 white human creature token. And the Lovestruck Beast portion, creature Beast Noble 5/5 for 3. Lovestruck Beast can't attack unless you control a 1/1 creature, which you hopefully created with that first part. So 2, 3, okay, 4's about right. Here he is, Gemraiser, that's the one. Creature Beast 4/4 for 4 with Mutate 1 and 2 green. So Mutate came about in Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. If you cast a spell for its Mutate cost, put it over or under target non-human creature you own. They mutate into the creature on top plus all abilities from under it. So that gets pretty ridiculous. I don't know if you've seen how that works, but you can keep mutating and stacking the cards so you have these crazy creatures with all these abilities. You've got Reach and Trample. Whenever this creature mutates, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. So that's an added bonus of that one. So we get 2 of those. Primal Might. Sorcery for X and a green. Target creature you control gets +X. +X until end of turn. Then it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. So a nice combat trick there. 3 of those. Wildwood Tracker for a single green. Creature Elf Warrior 1/1 1/1 for a single green. Whenever it attacks or blocks, if you control another non-human creature, Wildwood Tracker gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay, so pumping that up as well. 4 of those. Sir Farron the Hengehammer. Legendary creature, human knight, 2/2 for 2. So whenever Sir Farron the Hengehammer attacks another target, attacking creature gets +X until end of turn, where X is Sir Farron's power. Again, pumping up your creatures. 2 of those. Thrashing Brontodon, creature dinosaur, 3/4 for 3. 1, sack it. You get to destroy target artifact or enchantment, so that can come in handy. 2 of those. 3 of those. Okay, Ram Through, instant for 2. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Nice removal. If the creature you control has trample, excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. Okay, so let's see. 3, 4 of those. Snakeskin Veil, instant for a single green. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains hexproof until end of turn. Okay, so 2 of those. And some things missing. Usually a green deck, you'll have a bunch of mana ramping with some massive creatures. So you've got to be able to spend that mana to pump things up, or like the things where they have X in the casting costs, like this one, you could make it massive. Not seeing so much of that, but a lot of lower end creatures. So you're hoping to do a bunch of earlier damage. So it's sort of like an aggro type deck. And forests. 19 forests, okay. And of course you've got those other cards with the lands and the spells on the other side. So take your pick, depends on the circumstances in the game. And so what I'm wondering now, will we see the Great Henge? That seems like something you would have in this deck. So that has a bunch of cool abilities, some mana ramping, life gain, and pumping up creatures. But let's see, we've got County Ambush, instant for 3. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. And then on the other side, we've got county territory enters battlefield tapped. Tap it for green. So again, more handy spell or land depending on what you need. Chainweb Arachnia, creature spider 1/2 for a single green with reach. When it enters battlefield, it deals damage to its power to target creature with flying an opponent controls. Escapes for 3 and 2 green. Exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. So that's a mechanic that came about in Theros Beyond Death. Chainweb Arachnia escapes with 3/1/1 counters on it. Okay, so if you're up against a bunch of flyers, that would come in handy. Return to nature. Instant for 2, so good for artifact, enchantment, destruction, or exiling a target card from a graveyard. If there's something nasty you think they'll bring back. Snakeskin Veil, which we saw that already, so you do get a couple of extra copies there in case you need them. Another Brontodon. Oakheim Adversary 2/3 for 4. The spell costs 2 less cast if an opponent controls a green permanent. Has Death Touch, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Okay, so some nice Death Touch action. 3 of those. Run afoul, instant for a single green. Target opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. So 2 of those. Okay. So not a bad deck. A little bit surprising we don't have too many huge creatures, but we did have those where you could pump them up depending on how much mana you spend. So let me know in the comments section what you think about this one. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more Magic the Gathering unboxings, and be sure to tap the notification bell to be notified as soon as new videos are released. And I nearly forgot, we do get some of these cards here for the double face cards in case you're playing without sleeves. We've got some insect tokens, beast and insect, and on the other side we've got humans and beast. Okay, so there we go, nearly forgot those. And stay tuned, we've got one more coming up, the Azorius Control deck. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.